Hey everyone, so in today's video, we are talking about these bad boys, the Rare Beauty Tinted Lip Oils. Already, this product just released and all of the shades are already out of stock on Rare Beauty's website. But that's when my videos come in, this series that I'm doing on my channel, the Do You Actually Need It series, where essentially I break down hyped up formulas for you guys. I give you an in-depth look on them, who I think they would work best for, what I like about them, what I don't like about them. I also give you guys some similar products and alternatives that you might like even more. Ultimately, if a makeup item is being really hyped up, if it's selling out, no matter the case, these videos serve you guys so that you can ultimately find the right formula for you despite all of that. And that, I think, is super key. That's my motto on my channel. So if you enjoy it, if you like these videos, I would love to have you back. So make sure to subscribe. I've already done this with the Dior Lip Oils, Clinique Black Honey, Jones Road What the Foundation. Feel free to leave any requests down below. So Rare Beauty kind of out of nowhere decided to release these tinted lip oils. They call them an innovative lip jelly that transforms into a lightweight oil, nourishing the lips with a soft pinch of color and shine that stays comfy, never sticky all day. They come in 8 different shades. They retail for 20 bucks. I am on Rare Beauty's PR list, I believe, but I went ahead and picked up 2 colors of my own, and the shades Serenity and Delight were my favorite. I did go in store and I was able to swatch all of the colors for you guys though, so hopefully that is helpful. I was actually quite surprised by the way they looked in person versus the swatches I saw online through Rare Beauty's site. So I really hope those swatches are helpful. And if Rare Beauty does decide to send me these, I'm also happy to give you guys lip swatches. Essentially, they're saying it's a unique gel formula that transforms on contact to a lip oil. They added jojoba oil and sunflower seed oil. And they also say there's a gentle plump to this product. Now here's the thing, guys, and that's why these videos are so important to me on my channel. Though I do think that Rare Beauty's description of this product isn't completely off, this, in my humble opinion, just is not a tinted lip oil. It's not a lip oil. But you know what? Makeup categories, they're here to serve us. You know, they're here to serve the consumer, to help us navigate the makeup world. But more and more, I think they're just becoming buzzwords to sell product. And they don't really tell, you know, the whole story of a formula. And I do think that that is especially true with these Rare Beauty tinted lip oils. I'll talk more about that in a second. But this formula, essentially, you guys, is a lip stain. And in fact, I would actually call this a lip stain with a water barrier. Now, if you've never experienced a lip stain like this, they are very common in K-beauty, and I will be talking more about some stains later in this video when I talk about alternatives. But essentially what happens with a lot of these lip stains is they apply in a really beautiful way. They do have this pretty gel texture. And the Rare Beauty is no different. Again, it applies in a really beautiful, juicy way. These actually have quite a lot of pigment as well, which I did find surprising, honestly. And then as they sit on the lips, they form a water barrier on top to give them this really glossy finish. It's not turning into a lip oil necessarily, but typically with these kind of glasting formulas, you're familiar with the Roman glasting tint, that K-beauty lip tint. It's kind of the touchstone product, I would say, for this kind of glasting formula. Again, a very pretty, juicy looking lip stain, but I've been wearing this now for about 20 minutes. This does not look like a lip oil to me. It just doesn't. This is a straight up lip stain. And before we get into alternative products, I do have a suspicion that Rare Beauty wanted to call this a lip oil again just because lip oils are trendy right now. And I think they were fearing the cannibalization of their liquid lip balm formula. That is way closer to a lip oil, like a true lip oil formula. So I would say right off the bat, if you are just looking for a classic lip oil, beautiful, balmy, plush on the lips, go with that liquid lip balm formula from Rare Beauty, because I don't think you're going to find a lip oil in this formula. I want to make sure I'm making it clear, none of that is like a knock on this product from Rare Beauty. The formula itself is really good. My job here is to serve you guys and help you find the product that is like, you know, true to you and what you are really looking for. Anyway, I feel like Rare Beauty was kind of able to double dip here. You know, I think lip stains are kind of becoming trendy again. They're able to double dip and have a lip stain and a lip oil all wrapped up into one launch. But ultimately, I don't have a single complaint about the formula. I think it's more so about the expectation of this transforming into a lip oil. I don't think that that's necessarily true, like I said. Do I think the formula is really pretty though? It applies in a juicy, creamy way. Is it non-drying? Yes. Is it weightless? Yes. Does it have a nice shine, you know, for the first 10 minutes of wearing the product? Absolutely. So overall, I'm not mad about my purchase at all. And if all of that sounds good to you, I do definitely think you will be happy with this product from Rare Beauty. And I really do enjoy it. But let's now talk about some possible alternatives for you guys. Like I mentioned before, if you're truly looking for like that glossy lip oil texture, I did a whole overview on lip oils in my Dior video, so I will link that down below in case you're really just looking for a true lip oil. But in any case, if you're looking for essentially an alternative to this formula from Rare Beauty, that's when we're gonna get into these. One formula that I think is the most similar to the Rare Beauty, and in fact, for me, I can't really tell the difference, at least formula-wise. Of course, shade is going to be pretty different. The Roman Juicy Lasting Tint is incredibly similar to the Rare Beauty Tinted Lip Oils. They retail for around $6 or $7, and they come in a lot of different shades. The shade that I have here in front of me is Apple Brown. But what you will find with this formula is that it has this little bit of creaminess that the Rare Beauty has. You know, it's not quite as translucent as some lip tints are when they go on. This has a heft to them the same way that the Rare Beauty does. They go on in a really beautiful, juicy way. They're comfortable on the lips. And I actually find that these fill in the lines of my lips a little bit better. This might have just a little bit more heft to it as opposed to the Rare Beauty. What is nice about a lip tint like this is that the shine is going to be really reflective, but I will say that I think the actual tint lasts longer from the Rare Beauty than the Juicy Lasting tints, but I gotta be honest, I don't mind it. At least with the shades I have from the Rare Beauty, it's almost like it becomes a look. You know, your lips become a statement. And sometimes I just want my lips to be a part of my entire look. And I think it's easier to accomplish that when the stain is a little bit more subtle. And I think the ones from Roman kind of accomplish that. As far as longevity purposes, you know, if you just want longevity, I think the Rare Beauty is better with that. And also, you know, there's more pigment there, so that's helpful. But let's talk about some other options. I had mentioned before the Roman Lasting Water Tint. This one is in the shade Rose Stream. Vintage Ocean is also a favorite of mine. These are a little bit thinner than the ones from Rare Beauty, but they do have that water barrier effect. When you apply them, you let them sit, and then that water barrier glossiness comes up to the surface. And in general, I find them to be really pretty. The pigmentation on these are going to depend on what shade you have, but the main reason I wanted to mention the Lasting Water Tints from Roman is that these will last even longer than the Juicy Lasting tints. So again, if you're looking for a product for longevity purposes, I do think that this is a really good one. I think the only main difference I see between the Juicy Lasting tint and the Lasting Water Tint is the Lasting Water Tint is just a little bit thinner. and the water barrier is just a little bit shinier. Another product from Almond, and by the way, I try a lot of K-Beauty lip tints, and I do have an upcoming video on some of their lip stain products, their melting balms, all of their like jelly lips. And I would love to have you back for that video, so make sure you're subscribed for that. But yeah, the Dewy Full Water Tint from Almond is also a really good option if you want something that feels a little bit creamier. If you're really focused on hydration, I do think that this is the most hydrating lip tint that I've talked about thus far. And none of these have like that cooling sensation that the Rare Beauty one has. And by the way, the cooling sensation that the Rare Beauty has, I don't think I mentioned that before. It does have one, but it's very subtle. It's one that I don't really notice. So I don't really get like the true plumping effect that they mentioned in passing with the tinted lip oils. Anyway, if you want a true like lip oil, lip glossy, lip tint hybrid, this one has way more creaminess to it, and I think that you just might prefer this. I gotta be honest here, I'm really nitpicking a lot of these formulas. A lot of them are super similar, which is also just to say that, you know, these kind of lip oils have been a staple in K-Beauty for a long time. And by the way, the ones from Rare Beauty were made in Korea. But another option, and I think for the true folks that want a lip oil texture, but you're kind of interested in the lip oil, lip stain hybrid thing, I think the Juicy Pang tints are an even better option out of all of the formulas that I have talked about. And the reason being is that this is the most glossy on the lips. It has the creaminess of the Dewy Waterful. It has that really glossy effect that the Lasting Water tint has. And it kind of has that opacity that the Juicy Lasting tint has. And it has this balminess that I do think is different than the other formulas we've been talking about. It is a balminess that feels hydrating, and though this isn't going to stain the same way that the ones from Rare Beauty do, you know, this kind of intense stain. I mean, I consider this to be a pretty intense stain. Even though it won't stain the lips the same way, I think if you're truly going for that lip oil balmy look, you're probably going to have a better time with this than you will necessarily the Rare Beauty. But I didn't just want to give you guys K-Beauty options, though it's very clear to me that K-Beauty has the best alternatives here for the Rare Beauty, because the Rare Beauty is very heavily influenced by these K-Beauty products. But another option that you can pick up anytime, and I have loved and raved about these for a long time on my channel as well, are the Glossy Lip Stains from e.l.f. I even mentioned back when I was reviewing these that they remind me quite a bit of, you know, the Juicy Pang tints, the Juicy Lasting tints. They come in a ton of different colors. They're $6, and you actually get the same amount of product in the e.l.f. than you do the Rare Beauty. I know, you know, it's kind of like it's a little bit of like a mind game that like, you're like, oh no, clearly this is less product. It's actually the same though. They apply really prettily, great flat doe foot applicators, so it applies like a breeze. And a lot of the shades are pretty similar to the ones from Rare Beauty. A lot of the lighter shades from e.l.f. I don't think have as much of a staining power, but I have a feeling that's probably going to be the case with the ones from Rare Beauty, though I haven't tried out those ones yet. And by the way, if you guys do want to see like a follow-up video to this, for me trying to, you know, give you alternatives to specific shades within the Rare Beauty, let me know, because I'm definitely happy to do that for you guys. So as kind of a little recap for you guys, I think that the new lip oils, I don't want to call them lip oils. Like, I almost feel like, you know, me saying that gives the wrong impression, you know what I mean? But anyway, the new lip oils from Rare Beauty, I think, are a really beautiful formula. I'm happy to see them come out with it. I do sometimes wish that Rare Beauty's shades were a little bit more nuanced, but overall, I do think that the launch is really nice. And if you feel compelled to purchase any, I think that they are really nice. As for some of the other products I just talked about, again, I think the Juicy Lasting Tint is the most similar as far as opacity, the stain, kind of juicy look on the lips, and the way it has a really nice shine to it. If you want even more shine, the Lasting Water Tint is probably a better way to go, even though it doesn't have as much of the creamy base that the Rare Beauty has. Just a touch more translucent. The Dewy Full Water Tint is also a really great option. It's probably the creamiest out of the formulas from Almond, and it won't stain the lips quite as much. But I think my personal gut feeling is that I would recommend the Juicy Pink Tint over all of them if you truly want a moisturizing lip oil feel rather than just the look of that water barrier lip oil. So my gut is kind of saying to recommend this one above all. And by the way, I do have a code, I think, still going with Stylovana for 20% off your purchase. So I'll leave it linked down below in case you guys are thinking about buying any K-Beauty. But if you just want to run out to Target, to your drugstore, and pick up something similar to the ones from Rare Beauty, I think you cannot go wrong with the e.l.f. Glossy Lip Stains. I've been a big fan of them since the release. I've been really, really happy with them. And I do particularly like some of the more like nudie pink shades within the e.l.f. line. But overall, I hope this was really helpful for you guys. If it was helpful, definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Again, I do have that K-Beauty lip stain video upcoming. I still have a lot to try. I've been shelling out some money on K-Beauty lip products as of late because they really are the best. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in my next one.